It's in the game. Huh? What?
Running back searching for a hole. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
Yeah, and you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. Takes the handoff. It's Lane. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense is doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
And the Dogs will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback moving. Finds his tight end. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
The give to the fullback. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Dogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Quarterback keeper. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play, because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top, otherwise.
A shot toward the end zone, and he's got it! Touchdown, Dogs!
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense, spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Roberts. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. Alabama pushing the tempo. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And he'll be brought down. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. The give on the inside. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. To the air, it's Reynolds. Pulls it in, it's Roberts. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. The offense changing the play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Quick strike complete. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short.
And he showed you in 2 plays why this defense has been up late at night. Like thinking about having to guard, he makes you defend the back end, throwing the football, but then has the ability to pull it down and chew up yards with his legs. He makes you cover the whole field, run and pass. Infuriating to deal with it.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! The extra point here would tie the game. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out, they'll get you a touchdown. That's a great drive by the offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Powers through the defender.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football.
Fires one high and deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking for a man. It's Culpepper. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
Sends it downfield. And the incomplete pass lets his defense get the ball back for its own great field position. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Takes a handoff. It's Roberts. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to change this route. back to pass on second down. Dances away. Quick step and go. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Give to the fullback. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
Intercepted deep in his own end. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Grease, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Culpepper. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Off the play fake. Under fire. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Using his legs, it's Roberts. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Pocket breaking down. Throwing on the run. Makes a catch down the right side. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to throw, it's Reynolds. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Out of bounds right at the 10-yard line as they are threatening to score. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it and still on his feet. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air, it's Culpepper. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play in this half. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's not afraid to go deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Roberts. Makes a move. He's got an alley. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. Hard running there. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. When you're dealing with the big tight end, you better get a bunch of hats around the football.
And here's the thing, Reese. These used to be big, slow tight ends. Now these guys are absolute freaks. They're so good. You can split them out wide. You can put them in the formation. They can do so much. And you see after the catch, hard to get to the ground.
To the air on second down. Oh, they're after him. Makes the catch at the 15. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. On the ground, it's Roberts. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he's stopped. Alabama quickly back to the line. A first down run in the red zone. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. He'll try to dial up a better one this time on second and goal from the 5. Looking to throw, it's Reynolds. Touchdown Tide! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14...
Hits the afterburners. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
A lot of times when you go to the stat sheet after the game, defenses are going to look at explosive plays. Like, we're taught to be top down, stay deep. Don't give up those big plays. Make them earn it all the way down the field. Bad job giving up the big play in the passing game.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They want to run this quarterback. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. On the move. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Concepcion. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Quick release on the RPO.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Alabama pushing the tempo. Back to throw, it's Reynolds. Keeps looking downfield. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Softened him up with a run, now to throw. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
And that's a hard thing to do as a receiver, but because you want to catch the football and you want to get upfield and make more yards, but sometimes you got to realize, I just got to toe tap that thing. I just got to get one in, get the completion. That was a missed opportunity right there.
Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Making side adjustments here. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out. If they're going to cut into this deficit, let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Reynolds. Here's a heat. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he had just enough to will that one home. And now the lead is even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. To the air, it's Culpepper. Got it in the middle, it's Webb. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that last play is a beautiful start to this drive. You've got some work to do here. You've got some mountain you've still got to climb if you're going to win this game. A couple minutes left. You've got the horses to get you there, but it's all about getting the drive started with a positive play, and they found it.
Snatches it on the run. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Bulldogs want to crank the tempo.
Man, what a throw. Under duress, getting hit as you throw. And he's been sacked several times today. I love how he continues to hang in the pocket and make plays for this offense.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Grab behind the line. It's Ayers. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw again. Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. To the ground with the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. To the air, it's Reynolds. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick.
Turning it on! And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a 1st down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
Listen, everybody practices the 2-minute drill and trying to go fast, but it's really nice when the quarterback has his time to get his thoughts clear, understand down and distance, maybe audible at the line of scrimmage. He has that right now because he did a good job getting the first down.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And it's decision time now because you score the touchdown, you're down one late. Do you want to just kick an extra point and tie it up, hope for overtime? Or do you go for two? Do you get aggressive? Do you trust your quarterback if he has to throw it here to find an open player and give you the lead, even though there is still going to be some time left on the clock?
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with the lone back.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in a great position.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. They'll move the tight end. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Will they try to win it here or be content to play for overtime? Back to throw, it's Culpepper. Fires to the wideout. He's got it on the run.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. And you saw it right there on that play.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That defensive penalty was just what the doctor ordered for this offense. It's now 2nd and 3. Handoff to the fullback. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, with that run, I think it kind of handcuffs you. I think you want to save that last time out when you need it for your field goal unit or whatever that looks like. Running the football there, man, keeping that clock ticking.
Touchdown, Dogs! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Roberts. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Dropping back, it's Reynolds. He wants a big play here late. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Pulls it in on the right. Here he goes. He's at the 10. And for the touchdown, the clock strikes 0, and they're down a single right now. Decision time coming.
What an unbelievable job in this kind of hostile environment. Being able to execute like that, score the touchdown with no time left on the clock, and now it's decision time. On the road, this crowd is already stunned. Do you go for 2 and go for the win?
And they'll try to win it right here with the 2-point conversion, and this crowd is electric trying to stop them. The snap sets up the throw. He makes the grab. The 2-point try is good, and they take the lead.
Let's go!
Season, and they start having coaching clinics. They're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.